Most of the people that I know, probably most of the people you know as well, they're only one bad week away from being completely skint. And I'm not exaggerating either. You miss one payday, an unexpected bill comes out of the blue, and most people are completely screwed. And that's the reality of the world that the average working class person, even middle class people now as well, are living in. We're constantly walking this tightrope of no support beneath us, no cushion if we fall, and we're just living in hope that nothing goes wrong. In the UK, there's 11 million people in the UK doesn't have a £1,000 budget set aside in case of an emergency. And I'm not talking like savings that goes towards a nice fancy holiday. That's literally put aside to cover any unforeseen financial pullout that you might need to do. Your car breaking down, something going wrong in the house, could be anything. 11 million people in the UK don't have it, and a quarter of UK adults don't even have £100 put away. Now, £100, you'd be lucky if that covers a tank of fuel now, with the price of fuel. And it's not just the UK, America's the same. 60% of Americans don't have $1,000 set aside for emergencies. So it's happening everywhere. So most of us are walking on a tightrope. One little wobble, your car breaks down, the boiler packs up, the gas heating goes wrong. That's it. You fall over, you're on your arse, and you're not living anymore, you're just surviving. And people don't want to talk about it. They're embarrassed, but it's literally happening everywhere. Rents have gone through the roof. The rent in the UK has increased by 8.4% on average just over the last year. And how are you supposed to cover that kind of increase when your wage is staying stagnant? It's like being in a boxing ring, getting punched from every single angle. Food prices has gone up, rent's gone up, gas and electric's gone up, fuel's gone up, and your wages have sat there stagnant doing absolutely nothing. You can work your arse off full time and barely get by and keep your head above water. And I don't think that's anybody's fault. That's the system's fault. Because the jobs that are out there, they're all crap. 0-hour contracts. There's over 1 million people in the UK working a 0-hour contract. 0-hour contract means you don't know how many hours you're going to be working a week, if you even get any hours to work a week, and how you're meant to survive and plan for life with that kind of existence with work. Not knowing how many hours you're going to get means not knowing whether you can even pay the rent on the house that you're living in, or your flat or whatever. That's not living, that's just existing. You're just in a survival mode, and it's not on. And it proper wears you down. You know, people are lying in bed at night wondering where their next pennies are coming from to pay the bills. That's not even an existence when you're living like that. It's a punishment. And people wonder why there's such an epidemic of mental health issues in the UK. Because financial issues is one of the biggest causes of anxiety and mental health issues. And nothing's being done, or nothing seems to want to be even done to help people out. I don't want to fall off this rock. And one of the most annoying things of it all is you'll always get people saying, oh, well, you should have just done harder, should have been better with your money, you should have managed your money better. That's just not the case at all. Most people are working their absolute arses off just to keep their head above water. It's not about people aren't working hard or trying hard enough or not being wise enough with their money. Some people are, but most people, they're just doing everything they can to survive. And that's not their fault. That's the system's fault. So that do more, should have done this, should have done that attitude that people give, it just really grinds my gears. Because honestly, do any of you guys out there, especially in the UK, honestly still believe that the government is out there working for us? Because they're not at all. Put it this way, you pay into the system all your life, pay your tax and your national insurance for when you do hit hardship, and what do you get? 90 quid a week if you're over 25. I don't know what it is if you're under 25, but it's not as much as 90 quid. That's £368 a month. How are you supposed to live on £368 a month today with the cost of living? Yet they'll spend £8.6 billion of your hard-earned tax money every year to take care of illegal immigrants that flood our shores every single day, being put up in fancy hotels. I'm sure you've seen all the videos about what goes on, and that's why people are so annoyed. Seems to be a more vested interest in foreign interests than the British people. And you can understand why people are just pissed off and angry. Yeah, it's just, I can't get my head around it. They don't work for us. It's as simple as that. Because I bet you if you put it to a referendum on whether the UK should be allowing thousands of illegal, unknown immigrants into our country, you would probably get the biggest no vote that's ever been in the history of votes. Another weird one with politics in America. I don't know too much about American politics, but I do know that in order to even run as a candidate for presidency, you need to either have millions or billions or be backed by millions and billions just to run a campaign. And why does that always have to be the case? Why does it need to be somebody mega wealthy or backed by someone mega wealthy in order to get into power? It's just restricting people who come from working class backgrounds, who are going to look after the interests of working class people. It always seems to me that all the big powerful countries of the West, the USA, the UK and others, they just, I don't know, they don't seem vested. Their interests don't seem vested in their people. It always seems to be, certainly in the UK anyway, I can't really speak for other countries, but in the UK, it just seems like our government is just 100% focused on ignoring the British people and looking after others, which I just can't wrap my head around it. So what do we actually do about it? Well, first of all, we need to talk about it. We need to actually talk about the situations that we're in, because most of us are all in the same position, and we need to stop pretending like nothing's wrong. You need to stop pretending like everything's all right and you've got plenty of money in the bank, when statistics show that most of us don't. We're one emergency from being completely skint. Literally one emergency away from potentially being homeless. As extreme as it sounds, that's how close it is for most people. We need to talk about it more. We need to push for real wages in the UK, real jobs with proper contracts and proper support to be there for whenever you fall into financial difficulty, because the support systems that are in place now are just a complete joke. They're not going to help anybody in that kind of situation. £360 a month. You know, imagine trying to feed a family of 4 or 5 on £300 a month, though without paying your other bills. It's absolutely scandalous that that's what people are getting after paying into the system all of their lives. It's disgusting, because we're not actually asking for any luxury. People just want a life where they're not one bill away from absolute financial disaster. It's not a lot to ask for, is it? So I don't know if this video has struck a nerve or hit home with any of you guys, but if it has, leave a comment and like the video for us, please. And if you like my kind of content, hit the subscribe button, and I'm going to try and get out and make a lot more videos, as I say all the time, and then I always seem to get snowed under with something that I've got to do. But thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.